All right, all right. Giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Kahak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders. Great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Okay, real quick video. Something I was thinking about. 3 things that are holding our people back from understanding the truth. Okay, and I was having this conversation with this Northern Kingdom Jake, and we was talking about the ICE deportations, right? And I was, trying to inform Jake that, these immigrants that are getting deported, okay, to Northern Kingdom, right? That a lot of them are going missing. Esau is throwing them overboard into the ocean, right? Basically, Esau is putting these immigrants to death, okay? And we told a lot of you Jakes that that's what was going to happen, okay? Because we're in the time of Revelation, the 12th chapter, where the devil is coming down with great wrath upon you, you tribes, right? And a lot of our people are still asleep to this, man. All right. They have no idea that the so-called white man is officially waging war on them. Okay. And I was talking to this Jake. All right. And I'm trying to tell him, what it is. And, Jake is just pretty much trying to find any excuse of why that's not what it is. And no, America doesn't, they don't own Mexico. They're, what about the cartel? Just worried about shit that don't really matter, And that's the thing about our people, they can't come to the truth because they're clouded with a whole bunch of nonsense that they think is important. And it's actually, keeping them away from the true understanding. So as I was, out taking my stroll after I had that conversation with Jake, I realized that it's 3 things that are holding our people back. Ignorance, misguided, and willing rebellion. Okay? Ignorance. All right, because when somebody is ignorant, an ignorant person is somebody that just doesn't know any better. Okay? And our people, they really just don't know, okay, how sinister this devil is becoming upon them. Okay? Jake can't see it because Jake has not been watching. You see, we've been watching through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. So, when we start to see, ICE snatching these niggas up, all right, when we start to see Donald Trump passing all of these bills and, they're talking about alligator Alcatraz and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? We've been watching. We know what that's about, okay? We know why these things are starting to come down the pipe. But our people are ignorant because they don't have access to that type of information. All right. And they've been withheld from knowledge and wisdom for so long that now Jake is literally just a dead body, right? A vessel waiting to be destroyed. Okay. The second one is misguided. Okay. The so-called white man has thrown out so many enchantments at this point, right, that Jake don't even know where to start. Okay. Because Jake don't want to come to the Lord. Jake is trying to figure this shit out on their own. Like, for an example, all over the internet, you're looking at these ICE agents snatch Jake up. And Jake is sitting there. What's your badge number? Where's your warrant? You know what I mean? Still thinking that these ICE agents are regular police officers. Okay? When obviously they're not. All right? because they're coming to these people's houses with their faces covered. You know what I'm saying? They're coming to these people's houses with their faces covered, all right? Barging in people's homes, all right, without any proper paperwork. Obviously, they're not police, but all of these enchantments got Jake thinking that, oh, they're police, right? All of these enchantments got Jake thinking that, Jake is still in his security, okay? It's a bunch of misguided information that our people struggle with, to the reason why they can't come to the truth, all right? Even when it comes down to the belief of the Heavenly Father. This is why Jake's understanding of the Most High is all fucked up and warped. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all this different information, all right, that our people have been enchanted with, and they can't see the truth when it's right in front of them. All right, they got all of these different narratives in their head. All right, and the third one, the last but not least, willing rebellion. Okay, our people are willing rebellion. All right, to the point to where Jake could know the truth, but Jake is purposely choosing to go in a different direction. All right, and believe all of the misguided information, believe all of these stereotypes that the so-called white man has placed upon them. Okay, Jake still wants to continue to smoke and party. You know what I mean? Not knowing that the party is over, man. Okay, the devil is he's showing them horns, man. Okay, and a lot of you Northern Kingdom are getting ready to be snatched up, man. Okay, a lot of y'all are getting ready to be snatched up, man. All right, you see how quick the narrative changed. At first it was, okay, we got to get these criminals right off the streets. We got to deport these criminals. Then it went from that. Then it went to, okay, anybody who's an illegal immigrant, we got to get them out of here. Then it went from that. Now it's starting to head to, anybody that's Latino. Okay. They're grabbing children, they're grabbing mothers, they're grabbing anybody, man. That's a Latino at this point. Okay. So you Northern Kingdom, you're in some serious trouble, and you niggas is you suffer from raw stupidity to where you can't see it. Okay, ignorance, misguided, and willing rebellion, man. Okay, because Jake, at this point, all right, the truth is right in front of him, and these niggas is still, trying to eat a pepperoni pizza, still getting tattoos, still being wicked, man. All right. So I just got one scripture that I want to get right here, and we're gonna close it out. This is Hosea 4:6. It says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge," and that's exactly what I was saying. That's that ignorance, for lack of knowledge, man. Okay, Jake don't have no knowledge, man. All right, because if Jake had knowledge, Jake would understand the times that they're living in. Jake would understand the temperature out here, man. Okay, how the enemy is starting to move in. Okay, this ain't the time to be worried about folly and chasing a career. That time is over, man. Okay, now, hey, if you want to get yourself established before this shit crash, just to keep yourself occupied, hey, okay, that's cool. But don't get consumed with it to where you start to believe that that's the only thing that matters. Hey, all it is just keeping you occupied, man, until this shit crash. All right, which is getting ready to crash very soon. All right, but Jake is making this American Babylonian lifestyle an idol, man. Okay, because they lack knowledge. They grew up generations and generations of being indoctrinated and being enchanted by Satan's sorcery. Okay, that they can't see anything outside of this place. And now we're at the end, And Jake is looking around, looking stupid, not knowing what the hell is going on, not knowing why all of these new bills are being passed against him. Okay? This is the time of Jacob's trouble, man. You see? It says, because thou hast rejected knowledge. Yeah, that's that willing rebellion. You see? Willing rebellion, rejecting knowledge. All right? Okay? Jake is not listening to the prophets. Jake is not listening to, these lower class whistleblowers that are, just throwing truth out on the internet, because you got the prophets and then you got, these other regular people that are just, putting the truth out there on the internet. All right. Little government secrets. All right. They're not prophets, but hey, the Lord put the spirit on them to expose certain things. You know what I'm saying? And Jake ain't even listening to that, man. Okay? Jake is more concerned with celebrity gossip, silly shit. You see? So they're rejecting knowledge out here. Okay? It says, I will also reject thee. Everybody who's getting snatched up by them ICE agents, okay? That is, hey, the Lord is rejecting you, man. Okay? 2/3 of you that are getting snatched up, the Lord has rejected you, man. All right? That's why the Lord allowed you to get snatched up, man. All right? And they putting them immigrants to death, okay, in them detention centers. That's what it's all about. Them detention centers are death camps. And we've been telling you niggas for years about these FEMA camps, man. And now they're finally here. And now they finally got a justifiable reason, okay, to grab you niggas up and put you in there. All right? We're here. We're at that time, man. Okay? We're at that time to where it's going to be unsafe to be outside pretty soon if you're an Israelite. All right? It says that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. All right? Little kids is getting snatched up. Little kids is going in them detention centers. Okay? All right? So, we're living in some very dark times, and it really appalls me that, Jake still can't get it. Jake still don't see that the enemy is waging war against him. But, hey, there's a 2/3 category for a reason. You see, there's a 2/3 category for a reason. All right. And, it's clear as day. All right. Who's a part of that category. So, hey, the Wada Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man, that we have this truth because we truly have an advantage. All right. In the very, very near future, we're going to understand why this truth, okay, is so important. All right. You're going to really understand what type of advantage that we have. Okay. Because we have this truth, because we know Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. Because a lot of our people are getting ready to fall by the sword, man. All right. And they're going to die in their ignorance. Like it says in the book of Job, they shall die without knowledge, man. So a lot of our people are getting ready to die without knowledge. All right. They're going to die not knowing why. All right. Okay. And that's their fault, man, because they rejected knowledge. You see?